Action, Spike.
Well, I think when it comes to horror, which was the whole goal with this movie, to really take it back to the roots of it, just practical is always scarier. When you feel it, you can see that the actor is, first of all, interacting with the creature. And when they have a face hugger in someone's face, it gotta be real. When you have one jumping out of the water, it gotta be real. So, and when it comes to the xenomorph, when you have those face-to-face encounters, there's just nothing beats the practical. It's really, really hard to do. And but everybody involved in the movie went above and beyond to really make sure we did it the hard way for the audience. Right?
As far as this movie appealing to the original fan base, I think that they'll really appreciate how much was done practically in camera. It's so easy to throw everything to visual effects, but it really adds something for the cast and for everyone who's working on it when there's actually face huggers or actually xenomorphs or chest bursters, when those things are actually happening in front of you or to you. And I think that the audience can really feel that. I think that it enhances the performance from the cast when they have a real thing flying at their face or they have a real thing going into their mouth. It gives a lot more. We still rely on visual effects because they can they can make 100 face huggers run down a hallway. But I think it's a really great marriage of visual effects and practical effects coming together.
He wanted to give the feel that actually we made and prep and shot the movie in the 80s, as if we were in the 80s. So when we think about science fiction right now, it's a completely different process than what science fiction was if you were living in the 80s. So I think that was his way of explaining me that we needed to put to the side our concepts about what Alien, the last few Alien movies were about, and what sci-fi is to us right now in modern times, but just to go back in time and just think of what clothing would have been as if I was living in the 80s. So that was the first concept that was, very important for me.
It really feels like we've traveled through time, and I'm getting to experience like the first time being on a movie set where they use pretty much all practical effects, but we get all the perks of a modern day filming experience, right? Because back then they didn't have that kind of a budget. Back then they didn't have like the tools and techniques that we have now, because we've adapted to, fast-paced kind of work environment. We have less time to film a movie. Even though it is Disney, it still feels like an indie because of all of the practical effects that are involved. I'm also getting to learn so much from everyone. The VFX team, I'm getting to learn a lot from props. I'm getting to learn a lot from costumes, because they're all having to work in these new spaces where they're being heavily relied upon for these huge, huge scenes. And I love that. I wish we could do more of that. It makes me even more excited to go to work in the morning, because I'm like, I wonder how they're gonna do this today. And that's just super fun.